think this is an excellent tool, and we'll go through some of the different processes of making it, and we hope that you'll add some water features to your property. So naturally we have a limestone bedrock, and you can see we've used some of the local rocks and just built up the edge and cemented it together. And then we're just filling this with water, and to prevent mosquitoes we'll be putting some fish in there, and we'll put a little bit of aquatic vegetation so that the frogs and different things have a place to hide, so there's not just an easy place for the predators to get them. One of the other considerations, the edges on this are fairly steep, but so we created a little pathway here out of rock. So it's a nice slope, and then a slope into the pond, so the little creatures like armadillo and things like that have a hard time getting over this lip. So we could either fill the edge back in with just soil and bring it up to that level, or just adding this little pathway here so that they have a place to come in and out. So initially we just put out this little bowl of water, and you'd be surprised at how many birds came to this. And even now we find that the smaller birds have a preference for this small bowl. And they come up, and we put a rock inside here so that they can stand, and they sit on the side of the bowl and they take a drink, and then they actually jump right in, and they'll flutter around and they'll take a bath. So we're in the tropics, and it gets up to about 40 degrees here, and one of the considerations is not using plastic, because the plastic will release chemicals into the water that are toxic, and we're just using a clay bowl, an untreated clay bowl, so that the water will actually wick out to the edge, and because of evapotranspiration it'll actually keep the water cool. So it's really important that you keep the water cool, and then it doesn't evaporate fast, and the birds have a nice place to drink. So I'm also just, one of the management practices is also just putting a little bit of diatomaceous earth in here, because the birds sometimes have parasites, mites and ticks and fleas, different things like that. And the diatomaceous earth actually, it scratches the cuticle of the insect. It's non-toxic, it's just an earth.